The Joe Rogan Experience.
How did you guys get started with Jackass? How did all that come to bear?
Well, the short answer is my then girlfriend got pregnant, and I had a daughter on the way, and I'd moved to LA to act, but I wasn't doing anything, man. I was drinking a lot, and then I'm like, oh shit, I have to support a daughter. I need to do something quick. So I was living next door to Antoine Fuqua in this duplex, the director.
Oh,
And he
wow.
set me up with a casting director who got me a commercial agent. My friend John Linson set me up with writing articles for this magazine, and because he knew I wanted to write. And one of the articles turned into me testing self-defense equipment on myself. And a lot of different magazines wanted the article, but they didn't want anything to do with it because I was going to shoot myself in the chest with a bulletproof vest as the last thing. It's like stun gun, taser gun, pepper spray. And Jeff Tremaine, who now directs Jackass, he was the editor of Big Brother magazine, a skateboarding magazine owned by Larry Flynt. And he goes, you can write it for us, and I'll help you buy a couple of the things, and the stun gun and the taser gun. And I took the money my mom gave me for Christmas and bought the cheapest bulletproof vest they had for the last thing. And
You don't want to skimp on a bulletproof vest.
that's all I could afford. Oh. It was either no stun gun or taser gun. And so anyway, Jeff says, hey, why don't you film that article that you're writing? We'll put it in our skateboard video. And it kind of snowballed from there.
Oh, so that was the genesis of it.
Yeah.
Wow. Isn't it weird how, like, desperation or, like, the recognition that, like, oh, you have responsibilities. Like, you got to get going. Just lights a fire under your ass. You become, like, a totally different person.
It was like I deal with a certain amount of overcoming fear or whatever when doing the stunts, but there was never any fear like you have a daughter on the way and you have to figure out how to support her.
Yeah.
I had to do something quick, and that was my best guess.
Yeah, it's the mother of invention, man.
Yeah.
That necessity.
Yeah.
Understanding. Like being a dad and having to take care of people, it just changes everything.
Yeah, like what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm doing? I'm doing fucking nothing, and I need to do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's a primal feeling, right?
yeah. It changed everything.
But why, when you're doing this, like, first of all, what caliber of revolver did you get shot with?
Well, the vest was the cheapest one, so it could take a 38, and I got a 38. I borrowed it from my neighbor's wife.
Jesus Christ.
There wasn't a lot of pre-production on this, Joe.
How far away were you when you got shot?
My buddy was supposed to shoot me, but we drove out the 14, and because we didn't have a location. And I'm like, pull off here. And then we pull off this exit. And I'm like, okay, make a right. And we ended up on the fire road. So we get out there. And my friend's like, I'm not going to shoot you, man. I can't do it. I'm like, well. So I'm like, all right, well, give me the gun. And I got the gun to my chest. And a car pulls up behind me. And it's a bunch of tweakers. They're driving down the fire road. They're like, hey, how do we get to the freeway? And I got the gun behind my back. I'm like, hey, you just go down here, make a right, then a left. And they drove away, and so I went back to shooting myself. It was sketchy. It looked like a snuff film. Because my friends the photographer on it saw his buddy die because he jumped off a hotel trying to hit a swimming pool and didn't hit that swimming pool. And so he was really scared, right? He was like, stop, don't do this, stop. I wasn't getting a lot of positive reinforcement, Joe.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
And I had a bunch of, because since it was Flint magazine, I had a bunch of hustlers under the bulletproof vest to help absorb the impact. And at one point, they all fall out, and I bend over to pick them up, and I'm pointing the gun right at my friends as I pick them up. I don't realize this, but it was sketchy.
And that was the first.
Yeah, we put that in the Big Brother video.
Had you ever done anything like self-harming, any dangerous type activities before you started Jackass? Before you started doing all this kind of shit?
No. I didn't even know what I mean, you can argue my drinking didn't help my liver, but
It's like you guys, like what you did was kind of fucking crazy.
but I guess if you stop I don't know, like it just becomes something you're doing. It was all normal to me, and I can't speak for them. It's just that's what we're doing today.
And so that was the first one. And then how many times have you done a stunt where you're like, this, I could die?
A few.
Like you've done like the bull one when you're blindfolded. I watched.
Right.
I was like, don't do that. I was watching. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, that was anytime you're working with a bull, I think that they hate you. And well, really they hate movement, and they want to make you stop moving forever. And but I've had, like in the Jackass #2 when the rocket exploded, those were foot-long metal rods, and there was 12 of them. One blew out right next to my ribs, which would have been picture wrap on me. And one flew back 300 yards and split two of our art guys right between them. We've had some really close ones. I tried to do the Buster Keaton thing in #2 where the facade falls. And it falls the window falls over my head. That was the plan. And the guy's like, okay, when it's, because it was the close, right, of the movie. And the guy's like, this is a 20-foot steel wall. Like, you hit your mark, do not move. I'm like, got it. And they said, action. And then, so I take 2 steps, and they're like, no, cut. So I just like, oh, okay, I'm going to walk over here. And they'd already released the wall. Yeah. And if you watch the footage, it crushes me to the ground, but my head just makes it through the window. Otherwise, I would have been done.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was a close one.
God.
Yeah.
How heavy was that fucking thing?
It was 20-foot steel wall. It was incredibly
How bad
heavy.
did you get fucked up from that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm like, it was like I was very lucky. I'm also hyper limber, so I kind of accordion when on impact.
Just dumb luck.
Dumb story of my life.
How many? All told, how many stunts have you done like that?
Oh, I have. Oh, the almost
Yeah.
kaput. I don't know. Like, there's at least 6 or 7 like close calls, and then in any number of stunts they can go wrong. I don't know. I just look forward.
Was there ever a time when you're doing this and going, what the fuck have I got myself into? NFL playoffs, let's go. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, makes every moment feel bigger. Postseason games shift fast, and with DraftKings live betting options, you can stay right in the moment. Plus, DraftKings has your back with early exit protection. If the player in your eligible NFL prop bet goes down at any point in the first half, you still get paid in cash. New customers bet just $5, and if the bet wins, you get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the code ROGAN. That's code ROGAN to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Well, it was weird too because you got out of it and became a movie star, but then you were doing it again. Like you were right back in.
And it kind of started in Russia, actually. We were doing a bit. We'd done a few things over in Russia, and we were doing something with the Russian Special Forces where we were on we're going to run through this, what do you call it, when there's dogs and...
Obstacle course?
Yeah, we're on an obstacle course. And they had all these things set up. I'm like, all right, well, I was like, Jeff, why don't you have their attack dog attack me and then shoot me with the rubber bullets and then have the guy kick me in the face when I get to the end. And we shot that, and the dog attacked me, and the Russian guy, the special forces guy, said, "I'm not going to kick you in the face," but he did.
What a nice guy!
Deliver a nice blow to my solar plexus. I had to beg him to do it 3 times to you got to do it as hard as you can. But Jeff pulled me aside and goes, "Look, this was just for the TV show Wild Boys. I would travel with them sometimes." He goes, "If you're going to go this hard for basic cable, why don't we do another movie?" And I was like, all right.
How many movies have you guys done?
We've done 4, and we just announced I just announced we're going to do another. It was going to be out June 26th.
Have you filmed it already?
No, we're about to film it in February.
Oh,
late
dude.
February. So start then. Yeah.
Do you feel apprehension? Do you feel like no? But you can't get a concussion.
No, I can't get any concussions, but I mean, I don't care if I break my arm or leg. No one cares about that. It's just I just
don't
can't have
care about breaking your arm or your leg?
No.
Really?
No.
Really?
No.
So this is like a feel that you've developed this. I don't care. You didn't have that when you first started doing it. Right? If you went back to the first day.
There was probably some self-worth issues when I began. It didn't come from a healthy place, Joe.
Well, but it's not just that. It's like you don't have a fear of being radically injured, because you blow your knee out or you blow your leg out, you're limping for the rest of your life.
I don't. It doesn't. That
Really?
doesn't bother me. No.
God, I'm so averse to that shit.
It's like the producer side of me overrides the performer side. It's like, hey, but we're going to get footage, and it's about as simple as that.
So you'll still do dangerous shit. You just don't want to do anything
I just can't get
dangerous
any
where you
concussions.
get
I
hit
don't
in the
care
head.
about, yeah.
But if you're going to be in a violent situation where you could break an arm or a leg, you easily could get a concussion as well.
Well, you gotta assess, Joe.
Risk assessment. What the fuck does your waivers look like?
Yeah, I don't know. It was, on the first movie, the insurance companies insured it per bit. They didn't insure the whole movie. They just insured it per bit.
Yeah, that's how they did with Fear Factor as well.
So some bits costs the insurance was going to be more than the whole first movie. So can't do those. But after that, we find a shady insurance company and they take care of us.
Once you started acting though and doing big movies, wasn't there any part of you who was like, okay, I'm done with this?
No, it's so fun. It's something that I created with my friends. Right. And then there's probably my wires got crossed somehow, and then I learned to like it. I would love it, I guess it's like a comedian learning to love bombing, right?
No one learns to love bombing.
I've talked to a couple comedians, and they're like, if you got to learn to like love it and basically not fear it.
Yeah.
And I kind of did that with stunts, I guess. I like learned to. I just liked it.
Wow. You ever talk to a shrink about that?
Well, what I was doing, I have a therapist, and I'm like, okay, we can talk about everything in my life, but not the part of me that does stunts.
Really?
Yeah,
'Cause
because
you don't wanna
I
fix
didn't
that
want to
part.
unwind that, even though it went sideways quite a few times.
That's a wild statement. I didn't want to unwind that.
Yeah. So I've looked into it a little now that I can't get any more concussions. But, don't crush my career.
What a crazy job for the therapist.
Yeah.
Like the one area where you really probably should address. You know what I mean? You have this like overall, what is Johnny Knoxville? What's going on in his head? And there's this one door. Yeah, you can't go in that room.
Yeah, we can't. The biggest problem we can't address.
Yeah. It's kind of a crazy thing.
Yeah.